Hey, it's Okie Dingo. So, eXtremeRate recently reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing their revised PS4 Dawn remapping kit. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox it, show you the differences, and then I'm going to go through an install and then we'll do a review on it. Alright, so here's the front of the box, and the rest of the box is just plain. So let's open it up. So first is going to be the back shell. And you can pick whatever color you want from what they have. I picked a black textured fitting. So what this is it has a... they call it like a militarized grip, so pretty much there's like a rubberized coating on the outsides where you hold it, and it feels really nice. So you can choose to have this kind of splattered color in like red, blue, green, white. Then you can have the whole shell in different colors, so there's a lot of options when you look on their site. I will have that linked in the bottom. So next is the instruction booklet. And just like the Dawn 1 kit, the instruction booklet appears to be super detailed, which is great. Okay, then you have the circuit board. All the buttons and the trigger stop mechanisms. They're going to give you some tools for putting it together. The ribbon cable, which is necessary for attaching the circuit board to your PlayStation remote. And then, as always, you get a 1-year warranty from eXtremeRate. So how you go about that is you just respond on share a photo on social media of your product, and that makes you eligible for a 1-year warranty. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set my camera kind of off to the side, and I'm going to go through the install so the camera's not right in front of me. I am probably going to speed up the install so the video is not too long, but you can watch me go through it. I will also link to eXtremeRates install video, which is very detailed if you'd like to watch that. So, okay, let's get into it. Alright, so here's our controller, and I have my directions sitting in front of me, so let's get into the install. Okay, so I forgot to mention that I'm also changing out the front. So I'm going to go for this clear yellow that eXtremeRate also provided to me. So we're going to go for that kind of look, which I think is going to look pretty cool. Alright, so back to the install. Okay, so what I did right there was I soldered this point right here, and that is completely optional. If you solder that, you will have the touchpad click can be remapped. I can't really think of a time when you would need to do that, so it's completely optional. I have a soldering station, so I figure, you know, I might as well just do it while I'm at this step. Alright, so here it is. I'm all done. The install took me about 30 minutes. It is fairly easy. There's just a couple notes that you need to pay attention when you're reading the instructions. So as you noticed, if you want the touchpad to be remappable, you are going to have to do some soldering as well as L3 and R3. For the touchpad, I don't really see a big need for that. I can't think of a game where you'd want the touchpad remapped. However, I personally like to have full functionality, so that's why I went ahead and did it. So yeah, I went for a kind of a Death Stranding style controller look, so that's why I got this clear yellowish orange shell from eXtremeRate. They have tons of different shells. The last build I did kind of a foggy red, kind of like a soft touch clear. Yeah, and then on the back, as you notice, the difference with this kit from the first one is now we only have 2 remappable buttons, but you have trigger stops. So this is the normal trigger, and then with the trigger stop on, it's much shorter. So you can pick which side you want, to do it. If you only want to have one side, or if you want both sides, you have the option to do so. So same as before, there is a touch sensor right here. I personally don't really like the touch sensor because I kind of rest my fingers over here, and I noticed with the first kit I had sometimes put myself into remap mode just because I was resting my fingers there, and if you go into remap, the buttons, the back buttons won't work. So what I ended up doing on the first kit was I cut the wire and then just pulled out that little contact pad, and all is good. You can still get into remap. There's a button combination you just need to do. So if you have the touchpad, you're going to hold here for about 5 seconds. And as you see, the blue light comes on, so that means you are in remapping mode. So if I wanted to map, let's say, this button to, let's say, circle, I will hold it down, and then I will press circle for 3 seconds. Actually, I guess instantly. And it'll blink 3 times, not hold down for 3 seconds. Yep, and then we'll do the other one, let's just say to X, so we'll hold it down, push X. And we get the blinking. Now, if you wanted to cancel that out, what you would do is you would hold it down and then hold that same button, and it'll blink red. So right now, nothing is mapped to this one. Let's map it back. And then to get out of mapping mode, you're going to hold down this for the same 5 seconds, and the light will turn off. So now you're out of mapping mode, and now everything works. I really like these round buttons versus the, see if I have one, versus the old style triangle ones, because these ones would kind of rock on you. You could feel it moving around. This one sits right where your finger is, and as you notice, they have a really nice curvature to them. So they feel really good. Your fingers sit on them real nice. They're exactly where they should be, right here, kind of on that inside curve. Yeah, and it feels really, really nice. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go into Destiny 2. And I am just going to play around the tower and just kind of show you how well it works. Okay, so here I am in Destiny 2. Please excuse these bars if you can see them. This is actually my sim racing rig, which I just take the platform off to play. So right now I have the trigger stops on, and the reason I picked Destiny was before, when I had a scuff, Destiny was a little bit sensitive to where the trigger stops could be. So every game's going to be a little bit different, so I think eXtremeRate went a little bit conservative. So we are going to try out a couple games with the trigger stops just to make sure that they do work in multiple games that people would be playing. So we're going to do it Destiny, I'll start up Fortnite, and Apex. So, alright, you see I got the button here, and it works no different than normal. There's no lag. I have the trigger stops on. I have not played this forever. But yeah, as you see, they work just fine. Yep, there you go. So this is with the trigger stops on, and the pull is really short. And then with the trigger stops off, you notice you have to go all the way down. So yeah, this the trigger stops feel absolutely amazing. The back buttons feel great. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. There's no lag whatsoever. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go head over to Apex. We're going to launch that up and just make sure that the trigger stops work. Alright, so here we are in Apex Legends. Right now I have the trigger stops off. So as you can see, the full throw, everything works, of course. Now I will turn the trigger stops on. And zoom works, and let's see. Yep. And the triggering works perfect. And as you can see, it is really short versus this is normal. So go back to trigger stop. Alright, so let's just load up Fortnite and make sure that it works in that game as well. And I might also load up Borderlands 3. Alright, so here we are in Fortnite. And trigger stops off. Of course, everything works good. Now let's put trigger stops on. And yep. Works perfect. So okay, I'm going to jump into Borderlands 3. We'll make that the last game, and then we'll go to some final thoughts. Alright, so here I am in Borderlands 3. Here's trigger stops off, of course, and let's put trigger stops on. And it works absolutely perfect. So let's go ahead and do a final thoughts. Alright, so these are going to be my final thoughts on the eXtremeRate PS4 Dawn version 2 remapping kit. I think this is a great improvement over the version 1 kit. So the version 1 kit had buttons up here, 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 and here. These top ones were really awkward to get to. You kind of had to rock your finger or like really curl it up to get to these. So to me, they weren't functional. I normally only use 2 back buttons anyway. Also, the shape of the version ones, the triangle ones, they would sometimes kind of pop off of the switches and they would kind of rock around, where these ones are absolutely solid. They stay in place. I like that the curvature of these round buttons matches the controller, so your finger fits there naturally. Trigger stops, I think, are also an excellent addition to the controller. I really like having trigger stops. I think they feel really good. So in earlier I mentioned about the touchpad that I really don't like, and I'm going to show you why. So when I'm playing, a lot of times I have a habit of just putting my controller down. Let's say it's a cutscene, or I'm just not doing something or talking to somebody. So let's pretend this was my leg, which is where I normally put it. I will rest it down, and this doesn't matter if you're wearing pants or if it's bare skin. What will happen is the kit will still go into remapping mode. So as you see, we're in remapping mode. Now when you're in remapping mode, the back buttons do not work because they're trying to be reprogrammed. So if you put it down on your leg and you don't realize you went in mapping mode, when you go to use it, these buttons are not going to work. So the easy fix for that is just to cut and take out that little conductive pad that we have in here. That is coming straight from eXtremeRate when I asked them about that, because that was something I didn't like about the first kit and as well this kit. So I personally will take it out. And the way you get into remap mode without that pad is you hold down L1, R1 down, and cross or X, whatever you want to call it, and that will go into remapping mode exactly the same as the touchpad. And then you do your programming, and then to get out of it you do the same thing. So yeah, I think this kit is great. Big improvement over the first kit. So if you'd like to buy this kit, I'm going to have links down in the description for Amazon. So for the programming kit, which comes with the back plate, the buttons, the chip, and everything to make it work. That is $32.99 on Amazon. And then to get a new shell, they are $16.59 on Amazon. So for around $50, you can have a fully customized controller, and this is working off of the OEM controller. So what it is it's just intercepting those button combinations. So it's acting as if it's exactly the same button presses. It's not all new electronics like some of the aftermarket controllers that have a lot of problems. So yeah, like I said, I recommend this kit. It looks absolutely great. This Death Stranding style theme that I went for. It feels great in the hand. The grips are really nice. The buttons have worked great for me. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this kit. If it's your first time here, please think about subscribing and like the video if you liked it. I have a bunch more eXtremeRate videos coming. They sent me a nice care package over. So yep, see you in the next video.